Good evening and welcome to these sixth graders' first ever combined concert. I think I might be more excited than them, but it's been pretty fun, all the energy in the room. It was really fun last week to put it all together for the first time. You were probably here in December when we did it separately, and what we found last week is that the trumpets and the saxophones and the trombones just affirmed how loud they are. So the flutes and clarinets said, "Mr. Shaw, it's not cool, they're way too loud." And the trumpets and saxophones and trombones said, "It sounded the same to me." And the percussion was like, "Oh yeah, this will be cool." So we're gonna put this all together, and we have a number of things planned for you tonight, including some section pieces as well. We have been working really hard trying to learn new notes, trying to really learn how to read the notes. That's been the biggest challenge, is reading this foreign language of music. Because last time we did the concert, they didn't know how to read any notes. So we've been working hard on that since New Year's this year. So here we go. We're starting with Farm Out. All right, as we've been working on our music, we do most things unison, which means we're all playing the same thing at the same time, but we've been trying to work on more independence and playing multiple parts so we can hear how our parts fit together with other people. And music is more interesting to listen to when there's multiple things going on. So one of the things we work on is duets to make that happen. So we're gonna play for you, everyone's gonna play the top part of the duet, then everyone's gonna play the bottom part of the duet, and then we're going to split up and have some of us play the top part, some of us the bottom part. So here is Lightly Row. We are going to, I'm so sorry. We are going to feature each section this evening, and we're going to kick things off with the saxophones. They all did a quick democratic process vote of which piece we were going to play for you this evening, and the saxophones have selected to play Hard Rock Blues. All right. Next up, we talked about how we play duets and try to learn melody and harmony. Another way we start to learn how to piece different parts together is by doing a round. So we're going to do a round for you with half of the band starting, and then the other half of the band will start later, and we match those harmonies together. Here is Sweetly Sings the Donkey. So the next section we're going to feature is the percussion. They're the ones that do double duty all the time, and every time we have class, it's okay, what are we starting on? We're going to play some bells, we're going to play some practice pad, and working on both things. They keep asking, when are you going to let us all play snare drums? And I said, if I let you all play snare drums tonight, no one would hear anything else than the snare drums. So we're kind of keeping it under control. I've never had this many percussionists in my life. I've never seen this many percussionists in any band I've ever been to. So it is a little crazy, but they've been working hard, and we've been working on different rhythms, trying to get the right techniques as we go. So the percussion is going to play for you their practice pad snare drum part of Skip It Lou. So as we've been learning notes, one of the biggest challenges has been trying to read the note and know what letter it is and where your fingers go for that. And then the next challenge is how long these notes are. So we've been working on half notes, quarter notes, and recently we started working on eighth notes, which helps us play faster, helps us tongue faster, and we're working on putting those in different places. So we're going to play a number of exercises for you with eighth notes, and the first one here is called Jim Along Josie. All right, our next section feature, this is the most popular song tonight. I told them it was okay. If they voted on it, we could hear it multiple times. So the clarinets are going to play Hard Rock Blues for you. All right, as we continue our tour through the eighth notes, the next piece we're going to play is kind of a beginner version of the William Tell Overture. This is affectionately called Go Tell Bill. All right, next up we have the trombones. Now, I always got to say it's my favorite section because it is, and that's what I've been playing ever since I was in 5th grade. And Ava gets mad at me, and that's okay. But we can all have a favorite instrument, it's fine. So, the trombones, they've been trying to hold down the bass for us, and they're going to play a bass part that you're going to hear later on when we split up. They kind of have a little bit of melody, a little bit of bass. So the trombones are going to play for you their version of Old MacDonald Had a Band. Okay, this next one you already got a preview of from the percussion, but this next one is more with our 8th notes. This is a version of Skip to My Lou. It's called in our book, Skip It Lou. Thanks, Spencer. I said trumpet stand up and nobody wanted to do it. They don't believe me, I don't think. So here we go. Our next section is a piece that you have not heard yet this evening. No, I'm just joking. You've already heard it a couple times, so we're going to play it again because the trumpets really wanted to. This is Hard Rock Blues. Next up is our last piece in the 8th Note Tour. This is Mexican Mountain Song. All right, and our last section we haven't featured, last but certainly not least, we have the flutes. And the flutes decided they weren't going to play what everyone else is playing. They were going to be their own people over there. And they're even going to play a duet for you where half of them play one part and the other half play the other. And they're super duper excited because they know that this is probably the first time you're hearing them all evening. So, here we go, flutes with Lightly Rubbed. All right, you've been teased with this one a couple of times, but now we finally get to all play it together, and it's even better with the percussion playing their own part and everything going on. Here is the Hard Rock Blues. All right, before we play our last piece, I get some questions from time to time. One of them is, how often should my child be practicing at home? And my answer is normally the more the better. But if they're leaving their instrument at school and they don't play it again till the next time they're at band class, that's gonna just slow them down. So even if you can find 3-4 days a week where it's for 15 minutes to practice, just playing through the stuff we're doing in class, it just helps build that muscle memory. Our biggest challenge this year is that band is only once or twice a week, and so sometimes then we get a snow day in there and it can be a long time between band classes, and so the more they can practice at home, the better off they will be. We have one more piece for you tonight. And after that, there's going to be a change. The 7th grade band is going to be performing at 7:30. They also started at the beginning of this year, just like these 6th graders did. But they have band with me every day. It's a little bit different situation. If you'd love to, we'd love to have you stay. If you'd love to stay and listen to the 7th grade band perform, they're going to perform at 7:30. They'll also be about a half an hour. So thank you so much for coming tonight and supporting us. At the end, we'll send the 6th graders back into the band room to get their stuff and meet you in the lobby or come in the auditorium to listen to the 7th grade with you. We'd ask that you don't come in the band room because it's going to be chaotic because 7th graders are getting ready, 6th graders. So unless you want to be a part of 120 adolescents, maybe you want to just stay out here. So here we go, 6th grade with Old MacDonald Had a Band.